Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my go-to glam look. So if I have an event, this is what I do. I do it. I don't care, daytime, middle of the day, nighttime, you're getting full glam. That's just who I am. You're going to have lashes batting at you. That's how I live my life. So if you guys want to see how I get this look, I'm gonna say very wearable look, but you guys always know that you can like interchange, use less. Not everybody needs 2 inner corner highlights. I do! But if you guys wanna see how I get this look, then just keep watching. Let's get started. So as always, I'm starting with my Sugar Lip Serum Advanced Therapy from Fresh. We're gonna pop this on our lips and we're gonna let this sit and sink in while we do our makeup. All right, we're gonna do our primer next. This is my favorite primer at the moment. I just love how radiant and dewy it makes you. This is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of this. And I always like to tell you guys what skin type I have because I feel like if you have oily skin, you might wanna skip this. I have normal to dry skin, and it's very normal right now because it's nice and warm in Houston, Texas. So I'm really loving this primer for that all over radiant dewy look. I'm using my Extra Bougie Tom Ford Eye Primer Duo, and I'm using a Morphe R32 brush, and we're just going to put this all over the lid up to the brow bone. I like to blend this in really nicely. I actually love this primer. It really works well, and I also like that it's not super bright. You know, Painterly and Soft Ochre can be a little, what's the word I'm looking for, Ben? Heavy. It's overwhelming and it's really heavy on the eye. This one's a little bit lighter, but still gives you really good coverage to cancel out any discoloration you might have. And before I let you guys go, I'm gonna take the other side. This is how it comes. This part screws off. And I'm just going to take my Dose of Colors shader brush. You can use any fluffy brush. And I'm just going to set from the brow bone. I focus pretty heavy on the brow bone first, and then I bring it down. So I'm taking one of my favorite palettes. I posted this on Instagram yesterday, and I was saying that this is like a totally underrated palette. This is the Elcie Minimalist palette, and it literally has every shade you would ever want in your entire existence. So I'm gonna start with this shade right here. I'm using a MAC 224 brush. I actually need to get some new brushes. Let me know what you guys are liking, what brands, what numbers I need. So we're just gonna start by sweeping this in the crease. Thank you. What was that? Brush hair. So we're just gonna start by buffing this into the crease and pretty high up to the brow bone.
Okay.
So I want to let you guys know that no matter what I'm doing, I'm always going back into a cream bone colored shadow, and I'm always blending it through the transition shade through the brow bone. So I always have one on hand. It really helps with blending, and it really helps give you that really clean, blended, seamless look. I'm gonna take this shade here and warm up the crease a little bit more. I always like a really orange, warm crease. And I love the way these eyeshadows blend, and I love how this palette alone has literally every shade I would ever want. So I'm still using a MAC 224, and we're just gonna keep building. Switch to a MAC 217 so we can get a little more precise in the crease, and we're gonna go into this beautiful deep brown matte shade. And we're going to focus this mainly on the outer part. And then we're going to sweep it lightly towards the inner part of the eye. Now for the fun part. I'm taking a MAC 263 and I'm going into the black shade, and notice that I'll kind of put my brush on this side to get some of the black on the side of the brush. And then I'm looking down into my mirror, and then I'm going to find my eye shape. And as I'm kind of tracing the black along here,
Can't see it.
oh Lord, you can't see it. Ooh. Woo! Since we put the black on the side of the brush, I'm kind of laying it flat. How about now? I'm gonna like hang upside down and do it. Here we go. And I'm only gonna take the black to about right there. And now we're just gonna kind of work it up. Now I'm taking my MAC 217 brush and we're just gonna soften it. We're gonna take the black shadow over through here and just start to blend it so it will transition into our other shades. I'm using a brand new product. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua XL in the shade I-50. It's gonna be this gorgeous champagne shade you see here. You don't need much of these, and you can, I'm pretty sure you can use these all over the face. It says you can. I think that's what that means. Okay, and you can use these as body paints. They're definitely safe for your eye though. I'm taking a Dose of Colors concealer brush and I'm gonna grab a tiny mirror. And we're going to carve out our lid, but only for a second because I'm gonna add some more shadow on top of this. I just wanted this to be extremely champagne and shimmery. So for now, I'm just going to add this onto my lid and make sure it's very vivid because we're still gonna put a sparkle shadow on top. But I really want to see how these do with layering. So far, they are not letting me down. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to try these. I have all of them. I talked about them on my Instagram story. Woo! These are fun. Oh my goodness. The more I put it on, the more I love it. So my life is out here being changed. I used the shade L14, another Makeup Forever Aqua XL. I'm using a Morphe R30. Help us Lord is what it is. I think it's an R39. It's basically a MAC 217, which I just don't have one of those clean right now. I would really use that one. I'm gonna take a little bit on my brush. I'm gonna dot it and then I'm going to do small circular motions and blend it up through here. Oh my goodness. Woo! Okay guys, so I'm just gonna continue to blend this upwards. And we're kind of going to not make it so defined from about right here into the inner part of the eye. So we want to blend this out. This isn't like a full cut crease, it's just a little defined. Now to get that extra pizzazz, I'm going to take my Jouer Skinny Dip palette. A lot of you have been asking me to use this, so here you go. I'm going to mix Skinny Dip and Bikini. Ben said that makes no sense. I said whatever. And I'm just using my No Name flat brush, and if you notice, I'm just patting it on to the Makeup Forever Aqua XL, and it's just gonna act as a really intense base. This is exactly what I was wanting. Taking my Tarteist clay paint liner in the shade Black, and this is actually the brush that comes with it, and I really and truly like this brush for liner. I'm just going to wonder what Ben's coming over here to do. What now? Chin hair? Have we already reached this point in our lives? And I'm just going to hope that Ben is focusing and following me. I'll just kind of show you real fast. I just find it right there, connect that. Draw a line. Finish it off. And then I just take some more and then I just fill it in and correct any mistakes. Alright guys, I'm going to clean up my wing with a little concealer. I'm actually using Tarte Shape Tape because it's what I'm going to use on my face today, but honestly you can use any concealer for this. And I'm using a Dose of Colors concealer brush. I love this brush. As you can see, I use it for just about everything. I'm using one of my favorite foundations that I don't talk about enough. This is the Lancome Idole Tint 24-Hour Makeup. I almost had all of that without looking at it. I'm really happy about that. I'm in the shade 340 Bisque Neutral. You guys know I'm all about that neutral. Ben is screaming about how good this matches my skin. He is also one of the trolls on Instagram. You guys, I sometimes do things to get different undertones out of my foundation. So if I'm wearing a foundation that doesn't look like it matches, once you add your concealer, your powder, your bronzer, it's always gonna match. So I'm never a person walking around not matching. But if you're doing a no makeup look, this would be a really good foundation because they have so many shades and you can definitely find your exact shade. Because when you're doing a no makeup look, you want a foundation that is going to match because you're not going to be doing the concealer, you're not going to be doing the powder, you're not going to be doing the heavy bronzer. for now, this is a wonderful foundation. Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I don't want a super bright highlight, but I want to conceal because this is my go-to glam look. Nobody said my go-to natural look. Who is coming in on me right now trying to watch me while I put on my concealer? It's Shane. Stop looking at me! Damp beauty blender. I'm going to start to work this into the skin. The thing with Tarte Shape Tape, it does set pretty fast, so you want to hustle and work it into your skin. You can't just be sitting around. You can't have your husband just sitting there playing banjo, not listening to you while your concealer's setting, and you're going, baby, we need to hurry up because my concealer's setting, but he's like finishing the last part of the song. Yes, he has a banjo. I just don't know if I need that background music. I will say a little fact about me. I hope I'm still in focus. Check and see if I'm in focus. So my roots are definitely from Kentucky. My dad is from Harlan County, Kentucky. Some of you might not know where that is, but if you Google Harlan, it's kind of famous. And that's where all my family's from. So it is very fitting that I have a banjo behind my YouTube tutorials. So I'm totally digging this Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter Contour Palette. I'm gonna start by using the cream side, and I'm using a Dose of Colors setting powder brush. Honestly, you can use just about any brush for this because we're not really blending with this, we're just placing it with this. And I'm just gonna show you guys the places that I put this. I like to put this under my nose, under here. Let's get us a cheekbone going here. And I have not set my face with any powder yet, because I like to finish all my cream contouring before we get any powders on our face. So now watch how beautifully this blends. It just blends into a perfect shadow. It's just so pretty. I think it's under my lip a little heavy. Look, I got a little bit of a beard going on down here. We'll fix that real fast. Now let's just continue to blend this in, and let's find some setting powder. So I'm taking my Armani translucent powder in the shade Universal Nude, and I always like to set really heavy through here, especially when I use Shape Tape. I just feel like this just makes you look flawless. So we're gonna set really heavy under there. Then I grab my larger beauty blender, and I go right into the powder, just like so. I make sure to get all the cat hair off and curse Judah's name. And then I like to really work this all over the skin and set our foundation and concealer and our contour. We want to make sure we really set our contour because we're still going to put some bronzer over that, and we do not want any streaks. Going into the powder side of this palette, I'm going to take these two shades here, dust off all the excess product, find my cheekbone, and go to town, contouring it. Make sure you get all the way up into your hair. You guys know I always take my damp beauty blender, no matter what. I go back over my contour and make sure it just melts back into the skin. You can't be having stripes. I like to finish under my eyes, but I like it to be quick because by the time I get here, I'm like, I hate everything. Can we please just go? Why does this take me so long? You guys know. So I'm taking a MAC 242 and I'm using the deep chocolate shade. I'm gonna start that really close to the lash line. This is really simple. Ben's not even going to have to yell cut. He'll probably scream at me. Anyways, remember that time he scared me? Did you guys see that video? He's out of control. So we're just gonna throw that there. Then I'm gonna grab a MAC 217 brush. And I'm going to go into this shade and lightly into that shade. I'm going to look up and I'm going to have that transition. And one of the reasons I leave such heavy translucent powder underneath my eyes is it gives the shadows something to blend into, and it really makes it seamless. Okay guys, time to dust off all the excess powder, start looking cute again, stop scaring small children, gotta get it going here. And we're just gonna dust all this off, and then we're gonna throw on some blush and too much highlighter. I mean, just look how happy this side of my face looks now that I've added blush. This is probably my all-time favorite blush. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Peachy. Love this one, is my favorite. It's literally what I use every single day now. And it's just everything I ever wanted in a blush. It's pigmented, it'll blend back in if I put on too much. It's my favorite shades. I like to put on too much. This is how I like to live my life. I'm using a Dose of Colors blush brush as well. And when I do put on too much, you guys know, just grab your damp beauty blender, work that back into the skin. So I already applied a little bit of my setting spray for my Instagram tutorial. So I'm gonna apply some more because I'm extra. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day, and this is the scent Watermelon. It's my favorite setting spray. I always say it, I've tried them all. This one is absolutely my favorite. You can use my code ROSE for a discount, or you don't have to. I'm gonna leave it up to you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna spray myself down with some Watermelon Slay All Day, y'all. It's lashy time. These are my favorites at the moment. You guys know I love Lilly lashes. They're my all-time favorite lashes. These are in the style Hollywood. You guys need them. They last forever. I can wear these like 40 times and they still look flawless. So I'm gonna put my lash glue on. I was gonna show it to you guys, but it seems to have flew the coop. Here it is. I use the Duo Dark Tone. You guys are always asking. There's your answer, Duo Dark Tone. I'm gonna throw this on my lashes real fast. I'm gonna let my lashes dry for honestly like 6 to 8 minutes. They're gonna get really tacky and then they're just gonna go right on. Y'all know that Rose's eye is not complete without ColourPop tassel. I'm using a Dose of Colors pencil brush and we're just gonna put it not so lightly. Right here. Ben said, when one inner corner isn't enough. I hate him. I'm done with him. We're over, Ben. Never. So I'm using the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in Kitten. How cool is it? It's putty. It's so cool. Not to mention absolutely stunning. I kind of thought it was gimmicky, and then I went out and purchased it. It's amazing. Are you guys ready? You ready to light up the sky? Oh my God. Woo! Like you wouldn't think it would be this intense being like putty, but it's like everything I've ever wanted in my life. This one and the Burberry highlighters are my jam right now. This is the look I give Ben when he tells me to stop moving. You see, he has a lot of editing to do and I'm about to leave, so I'm making him film like every single night. So he's like this far with like being done. He's like, I'm up for this. So I'm taking Ofra Sao Paulo. Am I saying it right, Ben? And it's actually my favorite nude at the moment. You can use my code ROSE30 for 30% off if you'd like to. And oh, I just love this nude. I wore this yesterday and it's basically gonna be my favorite summer nude. Oh Lord, is that lint? This is why we can't have nice things. All right guys, we're gonna pop on our lash. Since I've had the lash glue drying, it's just gonna sit right on there and it's going to want to stick right to your lash line instead of floating around and giving you Hades. It's happened to all of us. So I'm not even sure if my lash glue is dry yet, but we're just gonna do an outro here. I'm wearing a deluxe, what is this? This is a deluxe black turban. And I've actually put in a white bow. I want you guys to know that the bows are interchangeable. They just slide right out and you can put like whatever color bow in here. I thought white would be sassy. I'm feeling sassy. So yeah, if you guys want to know about the bow turbans, the link is below my website, makeupbyrosexoxo.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and visiting my channel. And I love you guys so much. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you next time.